Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Ananya and I'm from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is an international and a social, educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP is a training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education, so we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus locations and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutions from all over the world. Our vision is education isn't a business product. It's a part of our humanity rise based on our vision. We are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We help to empower our youth to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required. To lead session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve the skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,232 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,232 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you can enjoy our services. So create your account for once and with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatches data, you can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replaced Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinar with verified e-certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after this session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will be received your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in the exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in any award function which organized combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 type of instant certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, and Certificate of Social Actives and during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trends in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill on Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trends and Innovation at Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research a Comprehensive Approach. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching, a Special Program in the Arts, a Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, and Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificate. Teaching tips for teachers and health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP alumni. You can join out our 50 plus premium services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of our technical issue, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credential. We solved all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinars details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and page on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you. But note that without an account or logged in, you can't enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 2232 program, and program name is Humanistic Education. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
hello. Warm
Hope
greetings
you're
from
doing
Greece, from
great,
Athens.
ma'am.
Thank you very much for the kind invitation. I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to all the team of IGP for promoting quality education and quality webinars in so long time. And I'm very, very honored and privileged to be a part of this. Thank you. If you allow me, I will share
Um,
my presentation. Yes.
Ma'am, behalf on IGP Knowledge Seekers wants to hear from you about you, ma'am. Now the stage is yours, ma'am, and over to you, ma'am.
Yes, yes. I'm a global educator. I'm a STEM instructor from Greece. I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education, the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, and also the Greek Astronomy Space Company. I'm the founder also of several humanitarian STEM projects focused on sustainable development goals. As educator today, I would like to focus on a very relevant topic, humanistic education, because I think it's relevant than ever in this data-driven and technological, high developed technological world. Um, I'm also forgot to say that I'm a director of IGP for Greece, and I'm very proud for this. I hope we will organize a physical event here in Greece. Um,
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am, continue then.
Yes, I will share my presentation.
Sure, ma'am.
Is it visible, my presentation now? Is it visible? Can you hear me? Am I
Hello, ma'am.
audible? Hello, am I audible? Is my presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, clearly. And I
Okay,
can see your presentation also.
I can see also the change on slides, I guess. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
So,
Thank you.
as I said before, nowadays we live in this world of exponential technologies with artificial intelligence, with blockchain technology, total connectivity, thinking machines, smart clouds, and cognitive computing are our inevitable future. So, despite the giant leaps of contemporary technology that actually have transformed the human life and society, there are grounds for concerns that technology does not always bring progress. What is happening here? Sound. Sorry, I will stop here because there is a sound. Okay, I will share again. Um, okay, can you help me? Because when there is a sound, there is a music, can you stop the music? Can you hear me? While I'm talking, there is a sound, there is a music. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Yes. Can you help me? Because when I'm starting talking, there is this music. Can you stop the music playing while I'm talking?
Sorry, ma'am.
When I'm talking, when I'm sharing a presentation, there is this music
Okay, let me check,
playing.
ma'am.
Can you check this? Because when I'm starting sharing, there is a music sound.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am, sure.
Okay, okay. We'll try now to share again. Again, it's the same problem. I'm hearing a music. Can you help me with this?
Ma'am, is that background noise?
Yes, it's a background noise. Why this is happening when I'm starting sharing a presentation?
Oh, okay, ma'am. I can understand now. Now?
Now it's fine, but when I start sharing, it starts again. Wait a minute, I will start sharing.
Okay, now check again, ma'am, please.
Okay, now it's perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as I said before, I selected this topic because we're living in this world of exponential technologies. Sorry, there is again this the same noise, the same virtual background. What is happening? I don't know. It's the first time this is happening. Can you help me? Can you help me? When I start sharing, yes, can you hear me? When I start sharing, can you hear the background noise, or I'm the only one who hears this?
Ma'am, but there is not any sound here.
When I start sharing, there is a strong background noise, music. When I start sharing, can you check the settings? Because it's a settings that you have.
Ma'am, I can't understand because in my side there is everything off there.
You can't hear the noise because I hear the noise now.
No, I can't hear any noise.
When I start sharing, this is happening. I will try again. Yes, again, the same thing happened.
Now?
Yes, I can hear the music. You can hear this? You
No,
can't hear
ma'am.
anything? Okay, I will continue despite the music. Since you can't hear this, okay, it's fine for me. I will continue like this.
Okay, ma'am.
Can't do anything. Okay, so we said that we live in this world of exponential technology, and despite the giant leaps of contemporary technology that has transformed human life, we see that there are grounds for concerns that technology does not always bring progress. So if ethical issues arising from technological developments are ignored, and if the human factor is ignored, there is a great probability that society may regress to a state of balance, a state that is not conducive to progress. So the skills that will prove most valuable are no longer the technical classroom taught left-brain skills that economic advances have demanded from workers over the past 100 years, or the skills that the World Economic Forum presents as the most important. These skills, of course, according to my opinion, will remain vitally important, but important isn't the same as valuable because they're becoming commoditized and therefore a diminishing source of competitive advantage. The new high value skills are instead part of our deepest nature, the abilities that literally define us as humans. So, sensing the thoughts and feelings of others, working productively in groups, building relationships, solving problems together, expressing ourselves with greater power than logic can ever achieve. So these are fundamentally different type of skills than those the economy has valued most highly in the past. Um, and unlike revolutions, previous revolutions, in what the economy values, this, I think, latest revolution holds the promise of making our work lives not only rewarding financially, but also richer and more satisfying emotionally. So happiness cannot be acquired or purchased, but we know that it is impossible to be happy with an apple or other machines. We need human experiences, and human experiences are personal, are contextual, are tiny, and are felt. Experiences are based on these unique abilities to make us human, what we call underreach. And in general, humanistic approaches, or when we say about this means that humans should have, actually humans seem happiest when they have engagement, or what we call flow, relationships, good relationship, modeling, um, interpersonal skills, and meaning, of course, meaning of life, accomplishments, and pleasure. Of course, here is we need to highlight the relationship and the harmony with the environment. So when you talk about humanism, it's a philosophy of life that places the emphasis on the importance of how we see the whole person and how we see the inherent unique qualities of each individual. This philosophy began as a psychological theory that challenged existing theories, assumptions, and presented a new perspective from which we can understand we can help individuals. The primary assumptions of humanism are, first of all, that actually humans have the ability to act on their own will. They can make their choices of their own volition without the influence of external forces. Secondly, that all humans are good at their core, so they have the potential to help also to contribute to the betterment of society. Humans have a drive to what we call self-actualize or achieve personal growth and fulfillment in life. And also, the subjective reality of an individual's conscious experience is significantly more important and valuable than objective reality. This is has its roots actually. Humanistic education has its roots in Renaissance philosophers who emphasized the study of humanities, grammar, rhetoric, history, poetry, and moral philosophy. This in turn built upon classic models of education. Humanistic education, we can also say that this is a person-centered education, is actually an approach to education based on the work of humanistic psychologists like Abraham Maslow, Carl Rogers. Most educators know that Carl Rogers is considered as the founder of humanistic psychology because it was devoted his efforts towards applying the results of his psychological research to person-centered teaching, where empathy, caring about students, and he has contributed a lot to this movement. In this field, of course, we can mention other humanistic pedagogues like Rudolf Steiner and Maria Montessori. All these approaches seek to engage the whole person, the intellect, thinking life, social capacities, artistic and practical skills, all are important and focus on growth and development. So important objectives include how we should develop children's self-esteem, their ability to set and achieve appropriate goals, and their development towards full autonomy. Maslow was one of the most influential psychologists in the development of humanism. In 1943, he introduced a concept known today as Maslow's hierarchy of needs. He presents a pyramid of human needs that includes physiological needs, such as food and shelter, the need for safety, the need for love and belonging, esteem needs, such as those of respect and freedom, and the need for self-actualization. So the top of the pyramid that humans strive for throughout their lives. Maslow's hierarchy presented a new perspective from which we can view the origin and the structure of human needs and motivation. Um, and soon after, in 1946, we know that psychologist Carl Rogers presented his theory of person-centered therapy, which offered a perspective on understanding and affirming individuals that complemented Maslow's ideas. Um, so, what is happening in history, humanistic psychology is this outlook or system of thought that focuses on human beings rather than any supernatural insight. It points out that human beings are inherently good and that basic needs are vital to human behaviors. So humanistic psychology focuses also on finding rational ways to solve these human problems. At its root, the psychology of humanism focuses on human virtue. It has been an important movement throughout history, from Greek and Latin roots to Renaissance and how modern revivals. Um, The humanistic theory approach engage, of course, social skills. We're going to see about this later. Feelings, intellect, artistic skills, practical skills, and more as part of their education. Self-esteem, clear goals, full autonomy, and key learning elements of the humanistic learning theory. So, Maslow and this humanist belief behaviorism and other psychology theories had a negative perception of learners. You can mention the case of, you can imagine the case of behaviorism, psychology, and behaviorism actually suggested that students only acted in a good or bad manner because of the reward or punishment, and students could be trained on this desire for a reward. This means that students um, learn because they want to take a reward and not because they want to feel personally satisfied. So Maslow and humanistic psychology suggest that students inherit good, as I said before, will make good decisions when all their needs are met, and this psychology focuses on the idea that learners bring out the best in themselves, and of course, let's not forget the role of emotion in learning. So educators to understand humanistic psychology, they need to focus on the underlying human emotional issue when they see bad behavior, not to just punish the bad behavior, because this humanistic learning theory developed further and enhances the idea that if students are upset, for example, or sad or distressed, they're less likely to be able to focus on learning. This encourages teachers to create a classroom environment that helps students feel comfortable and safe so that they can focus on their learning. Emotions are at the center of humanism psychology. So, what are the related movements to humanistic education? Um, some of these movements, a number of contemporary school movements try to integrate these perspectives within larger contexts. We can mention the case of democratic school, the Waldorf education, Montessori, humanist schools, like liberal education, progressive education. I think the majority of educators know about this movement. And what actually we want to define this humanistic education, we could say that it's actually represents this transition, this shift from traditional models of teaching to a more empathetic, to a more student-centered, and more inclusive approach. So by fostering a love of learning, emotional well-being, and holistic development, humanistic education aims actually to prepare students not just for academic success, but also for a fulfilling and meaningful life. As education systems around the world evolve, the principles of humanistic education continue to offer valuable insights into creating more nurturing and more effective learning environments. So, humanistic education is an approach to learning that emphasizes, as I said before, the whole person. We talk about a holistic approach focusing on both emotional and intellectual development of students. It is rooted in the principles of humanistic psychology, educational philosophy that prioritizes individuality, creativity, self-actualization of each learner. Um, so this is based on the belief that education should be centered on the needs and potential of the individual student rather than being solely based or focused on the acquisition of knowledge. The goal of humanistic education is actually to foster critical thinking, creativity, self-awareness, self-expression in students, and to help them develop the skills and knowledge necessary to live a fulfilling and meaningful lives. So if we wanted to see now how, of course, all these principles that I mentioned before are based on the belief that all individuals have the inherent capacity for self-expression, for self-realization, that is the responsibility of society to provide the conditions to support this capacity. Um, So we emphasize the value and agency of human beings, individually and collectively, and generally we try to prioritize evidence over acceptance of dogma or superstition. So here we can see some important principles of humanistic education, what we call individualized learning, because humanistic education recognizes each student is unique with distinct interests, abilities, and learning styles. This approach encourages personalized learning experiences that cater to the needs and preferences of each student, allowing them to explore subjects to resonate with them on a deeper level. Emotional well-being, central to humanistic education, is the belief that emotional well-being is crucial for effective learning. So educators aim to create a supportive and nurturing environment where students feel safe and valued, which in turn fosters a positive attitude towards learning and personal growth. Intrinsic motivation, because rather than relying on external rewards and punishment, humanistic education seeks to cultivate intrinsic motivation. Students are encouraged to pursue knowledge for the sake of curiosity and personal fulfillment, fostering a lifelong love of learning. Holistic development, because this educational philosophy addresses not only academic skills but also social, emotional, and ethical development. Humanistic educators strive to develop well-rounded individuals who are capable of critical thinking, empathy, and responsible citizenship. So, humanistic educators believe that both feelings and knowledge are important to the learning process. Unlike traditional educators, humanistic teachers do not separate the cognitive and affective domains. Um, so, we try to focus on various aspects of the student and not to just be restricted to what we call rote memorization through note taking and lecturing. Of course, student-centered learning, because place students at the center of the learning process. Educators act as facilitators and mentors, guiding students in their quest of knowledge rather than dictating what they should learn. And this empowers students to take ownership of their education and develop self-directed learning skills. Collaborative learning environment, because cooperation and collaboration are encouraged over competition. Students know often work in groups, learning from one another, they develop interpersonal skills that actually are very important for their personal and professional lives. Choice and control, this humanistic approach places a great deal of emphasis on students' choice and control over the course of education. Um, and this allows students to focus on a specific subject of interest for any amount of time they choose within reason. Um, so this is important that the students also should be students' interest in for example, one topic should be taken into consideration when we design the curriculum. This is what humanistic education says, that the students' interest to the needs should be taken into account when we design the activities. And most as I said before, the overall mood and feeling of the students, we know that they can either hinder or foster the process of learning. Um, so learning and emotion are closely related. Self-evaluation, what is happening here? Humanistic educators believe that grades are irrelevant and that only self-evaluation is meaningful. So grading encourages students to work for a grade, not for increasing satisfaction. Humanistic educators disagree with routine testing because they teach students rote memorization as opposed to meaningful learning. They also believe that testing doesn't provide sufficient educational feedback to the teacher. And teacher as facilitator, because the tutor or lecturer tends to be more supportive, more critical, more distracting than judgmental, more genuine than playing a role. And their job is, of course, to foster an engaging environment for the students and ask inquiry-based questions that will promote meaningful learning. The role of environment, of a setting, is important. That would be indoor or outdoor environment. Um, So, a wide range of activities should be offered for students, allowing for free choices of interest and, of course, alternative methods of the setting or for how we define the setting. For example, outdoor activities have to be more preferable for environmental education. Um, so, teachers, of course, are facilitators. So we focus on the whole person, as I mentioned before, whole aspects, intellectual, social, emotional, ethical dimensions. Um, Educators act as facilitators. This contrasts with traditional models, increasing motivation, personal growth, and self-actualization, emotional well-being, and why? Because we address students' emotional needs, help them develop healthy coping strategies, respect for individual differences, because we need to respect and celebrate the unique qualities and potential of each student. This principle emphasizes diversity and inclusivity, ensuring that all students, regardless of their background or abilities, receive the support they need in order to succeed. And collaborative learning because students work together, share ideas, and support each other. The most important, I think, is nowadays there is a gap between skills of young people and the market requirements, the requirements of the labor market, is what we call real world relevance because learning experiences in humanistic education are often connected to real world contexts and problems. So, this approach helps students see the relevance of their studies and prepares them for practical challenges outside the classroom. Um, so students should be able to select what they want to learn because this way they will be more motivating. Um, the goal of education should be to foster students' desire to learn and teach them how to learn. Grades should be for relevant. This makes people say that only support grades is meaningful emotion, learning, and also what we call safe and secure environment. So no threatening environment, so that students feel secure and learning becomes easier and more meaningful. So why there is this need for humanistic education? Because all these individuals I mentioned before have the inherent capacity for self-expression and self-realization. So it's the responsibility of society to provide the conditions for self-expression and provide the conditions that actually support this capacity. By promoting individual well-being, these approaches help to create a world in which individuals can thrive and live meaningful lives. Of course, the case of protecting human rights, we talk about humanistic education, immediately we think about human rights and moral philosophy and ethical perspectives, ethical considerations, because so this way we try to promote fairness and justice by ensuring that the rights of all individuals are respected. These approaches help to create a world in which individuals can live with dignity and security. Foster critical thinking creativity because we can create a world this way in which individuals are equipped to navigate complex challenges and to find innovative solutions to the problems they face. So this way we try to build a more sustainable world in which all individuals can thrive. Um, so students' choice actually is central to the humanistic learning theory, humanistic psychology I mentioned before. These choices, students can make choices that can range from daily activities to future goals. Students are encouraged to focus, for example, on a specific subject area of interest for an amount of time that they will choose. So this way they can find motivation and engagement. Self-evaluation, as mentioned before. Students' learning should be somehow self-directed, um, and of course, schools should produce students who want and know how to learn. So, what are the benefits of humanistic education? That first of all, when students are interested in what they're learning and when they feel emotionally supported, they are more engaged and motivated. By focusing on strengths and providing a supportive environment, humanistic education helps students' self-esteem and confidence. Very important, and students who are motivated and engaged tend to perform better academically. Development of life skills, because emphasizing holistic development, we can equip students with essential life skills such as critical thinking, empathy, and effective communication, and preparation for life, because this way students are ready to develop not only academically but also socially, emotionally, and ethically. So, the implications of humanistic education are very extensive in any domain, in every field. Um, Humanistic education starts with this idea that students are different. It tries to help students become more like themselves, less like each other. So teachers will be here real facilitators of learning, concentrate on more on how to learn than what to learn. What they say, we should provide students with fishing gear rather than fish. So this is a constructivist social perspective, and this is to do also with interaction, how we engage students in interactive activities, how to help them create social relationships with each other in a positive, uh, safe atmosphere in the environment, in the classroom, and try to develop interpersonal skills. So we know that a teacher, if a teacher wants to be a real facilitator, first of all, this depends on the way he listens, in the way that a teacher speaks, in the way he or she uses the power of authority, the attention to the processes of the group, how we notice the attitudes in the lives of students, how they redefine the problems, how they see things differently. So teachers in humanistic classrooms, they should create a community learning atmosphere when a sense of belonging is prevailing, and it's easily achievable how by conducting learner-centered classes. Here, remember that teachers are not the knowledge dispensers, they are not the controllers, but they are actual facilitators. So students' multiple perspectives are this way valued, their errors are admitted. So such as some collaborative activities such as pair work or group work are good examples for this point. So attention needs to be paid for this when we talk about the group work and how teachers can be actually real facilitators. Assist learners in the headway to autonomy and self-awareness through a skillful use of techniques and strategies. So in this way, learners can become conscious, they can become responsible for their own potential, they're free to choose the learning style which is more appropriate and suitable to them. Um, so in this way, the dynamics of groups here can function better. So this means that teachers should also find time to think about their role, to reflect on what they're going to do in the classroom, as well as what is happening around them. Some activities that we want to apply humanistic education in the classroom that would include some class debate on important topic, that could be a social topic, that could be a role playing, that could be a contest or a class press conference. Many activities that could actually help the students integrate human perspectives and dimensions. So, what are the educational implications of this type of educational philosophy? First of all, the intrinsic dimension, as I mentioned before, students can learn about their cultural heritage as part of their autonomous self-discovery. Curriculum should promote open-ended creative experimentation. Students should be part of the evaluation and assessment process. because as I said before, when we formulate the objectives and the goals in the lesson plan, we need to take into consideration the needs and the interests of students, their ideas, their values, then more particularly religion also, everything. It takes into account the individual learning needs, the rhythm of learning by designing of discovery experiences, more meaningful activities. So this way, students can have the freedom to select appropriate learning from the available options in the curriculum also. So this is one thing that we can do. We can design some, we can suggest some thematic sessions, optional thematic sessions, and ask the students to, if they want to select some of these sessions. So all this kind of education can facilitate personal growth and if we talk about basic education, this mostly has to do with project-based learning, with reflective practices, with a flexible curriculum, because they try to integrate multiple subjects to real-world problem solving. Reflective practices, this includes techniques like journaling, discussion, self-assessments, which help students reflect on the learning experience, emotional states. Flexible curriculum allows students to explore their interests deeply at their own pace rather than following a rigid standardized syllabus. Inclusive education, because this promotes, of course, inclusivity, ensuring that all students, regardless of the background or abilities, can receive support and opportunities to succeed. So, what is the process? First of all, we need to develop a shared understanding of humanistic values and perspectives. This requires individuals to engage in dialogue and critical thinking about the importance of individual dignity, freedom, and well-being. Um, After the next step would be once we share understanding of humanistic values, then the next step is to establish goals and objectives for education, for government, for society. And this might include goals such as promoting critical thinking, creativity, for protecting human rights, creating a just and sustainable world. After this, the next step is to design systems and structures to support the humanistic principles. That could be creative curriculum, teaching practices that are centered on the needs and potential of individual students. Of course, implementing humanistic programs and initiatives. That could be programs that support students in their academic personal development, initiatives that promote social justice or sustainability. And evaluation, of course, how to refine humanistic systems and structures all the time. This requires ongoing and continuous reflection and critical thinking about the effectiveness of these humanistic approaches. Um, Here, the student's role, students must take responsibility in learning, so they must value learning. Learners, have said before, actually select experiences for learning. They try to discover the gap between the real idea itself. They try to be truthful about their own values, attitudes, emotions. They try to be empathetic for the values, concerns, and needs of others. To be open to differing viewpoints, value the opinions of members of the group, even if these are oppositional. So be open to opposite uh, viewpoints. And what is the teacher's role in a humanistic classroom? First of all, it should be, as I said before, mentor, facilitator. It should accept and value students as valuable members of society, accept their values and beliefs, maximize differentiated learning, what we call individualized learning, and of course, facilitate independent learning. This way, we promote discovery, open-ended learning and teaching, and at the same time, creativity. So this is humanist teacher is a role model, gives students opportunity to make decisions and guide their own learning, gives students choices regarding what they learn before how they learn. This allows students to feel empowered in guiding their education, discovering individual learning styles, So it is important for humanist teachers to facilitate engagement by incorporating exciting and challenging activities that help the students feel personally motivated to learn. Integrating group work into the classroom, of course, it's a great way for students to evaluate and explore themselves alongside other learners at the same educational level. Um, so this is more or less a whole picture with someone who focus on helping students develop learning skills, how to provide motivation for classroom tasks, how to provide choices in task subject selection, how to create opportunities for group work with peers. Um, um, Choice is central here, and interaction also is very important. So some examples of humanistic education in action would be, for example, they can help students set learning goals at the beginning of the year. They can help design pathways for students to reach their goals. So um, teachers can help them can help steer them in the right direction. At the beginning of the year is the first one. The second one, create exciting engaging learning opportunities that could be using multimedia, using brain-based strategies, what we call learning compatible with brain. And teachers can create a safe learning environment for students also by trying to help them by collaborative work, let's say peer work. So collaborative projects are a very important part here. Um, Teachers also can utilize journaling to help students focus on self-evaluation as before and their feelings as part of learning. So in this case, we can use prompt questions that can help students better understand their feelings and progress in learning. Um, of course, this uh, means co-planning lessons with other teachers, evaluate student needs regularly, connect with parents. Parents also are a great part of this learning process to help meet specific student needs, making time to collaborate with other educators, and of course, all this has to do with how we promote self-directed learning um, and how we can create motivated and focused learners rather than learners who are sad, who are bored, or insignificant in the classroom. Also, despite all these benefits, humanistic education faces several challenges. Critics argue that it may lack the structure needed for some students with talent and it may be difficult to be implemented in large diverse classrooms. Additionally, standardized testing and curriculum requirements can pose obstacles to the flexibility needed for a truly humanistic approach. So, there could be some challenges here, some considerations. First, what we'll say when we think about large class sizes. Humanistic education often requires individualized attention and personalized learning experiences, which can be difficult to achieve in large classrooms. So educators may need to employ strategies such as differentiated instruction here, small group work, peer mentoring to better address individual needs within larger class settings. Second is standardized testing and curriculum constraints. Many educational systems are heavily focused on standardized testing and rigid curricula, which can limit the flexibility needed for a humanistic approach. So advocating for policy changes, integrating humanistic principles within the existing curriculum, and finding the balance between meeting standards and promoting individualized learning can help mitigate the issue. Resource limitations. Humanistic education often requires more resources. I mentioned before, smaller class sizes. We need more diverse materials, additional training for teachers. So this way, schools might need to seek additional funding, utilize community resources eventually, and engage in professional development to effectively implement humanistic practices. For teacher training and professional development, teachers may not be adequately trained in humanistic educational methods, which can hinder effective implementation. So So providing ongoing professional development and training opportunities for teachers can help them acquire the skills and knowledge necessary to adopt a humanistic approach. Balancing structure and freedom, because some students we know that may require more. Of course, humanistic education focuses on student on freedom and student autonomy, but we all know that there are some students we may need more structural guidance in order to succeed. So in this case, educators need to find a balance between giving students freedom and providing the necessary support and structure to guide their freedom. Um, and assessment of learning, traditional assessment methods may not be adequately capable of capturing the holistic development promoted by humanistic education. So, developing alternative assessment strategies such as portfolios or self-assessments, project-based evaluations can provide a more, we could say, comprehensive picture of student learning and growth. Diverse learning needs, because humanistic education must address the diverse learning needs and backgrounds of all students, which can be, of course, very complex and challenging. So, implementing inclusive practices, culturally responsive teaching, differentiated instruction can help meet diverse needs of students. Parent and community expectations, because parents and communities may have expectations based on traditional educational models, which eventually can create resistance in this is the humanistic approach. So, what we can do here? We can engage parents and the community through communication, through workshops, involvement in the educational process, and this can help build understanding and support for humanistic practices. The success of humanistic education can be difficult also to measure using conventional metrics. So, measuring success is another issue. They're developing new metrics and indicators that capture the broad range of human development, including emotional and social growth, can help demonstrate the effectiveness of humanistic education. Sustainability, because ensuring the long-term sustainability of humanistic educational practice can be challenging, especially in changing educational and political landscapes. So building a strong foundation of support among educators, parents, and policymakers can help sustain humanistic practices over time. So some teachers we know that resist applying its principles in the classroom despite its positive points of forensic education, because there are some teachers who think that the role of teacher is diminished, and this in turn lessens their power to manage and control the class. Usually, such teachers think that a good teacher is simply a very knowledgeable, high prestige, and powerful teacher having all students afraid of him. However, on the other hand, the humanistic education does not give teachers who are merely good academic ones, rather it prefers to take advantage of those teachers who not only know the academic topic and methods well, but they also recognize and respect the psychological and emotional states of the students. Um, if you think about the future, of course, as I said before, in my opinion, in a few years, I think more or less the majority of students um, will be able to develop the digital skills, technological skills they require. All these skills that are described by World Economic Forum as the most important: critical thinking, creativity, problem solving. But I think that what is missing here is the human factor, human dimension, how to align artificial intelligence with the human factor, how to protect human rights, the protection of the human agency. And if we respect this, if we try to align ethical considerations with the digital world, in this case, a humanism education can offer a truly a transformative approach that would prioritize the holistic development of students, and by addressing all the challenges thoughtfully and proactively, This way, we can create a more supportive, engaging, and effective learning environment that will benefit all students. So thank you very much for your attention. And of course, for any question, I'm here to discuss.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention, learn and grow together IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, dear ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our questionnaire session, which is the most important part of our regular webinars. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the questionnaire part. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned from a lot of you with new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. ITP Knowledge Seeker is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. So the certificate instruction is visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find your running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning part test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Certificate instruction is visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website, sign up or sign in. Find your running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is the online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We changed a few process for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Participation process is now time for the online school quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you can join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or given link. Find the session name and join with your locked website or user account. Check join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for the top 10 as previously, which you can find on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. After a short video, we will start our quiz session.
With 22 people, we are going to start our quizzing right now. First question is Humanistic education focus on, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our second question is, what is humanistic education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is humanistic education. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 89% people are right here. Our next question is education. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 83% people are right here. Our next question is what is humanistic education? Option 1 is the right answer. 67% people are right. Our next question is what is humanistic education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our next question is who developed humanistic education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our next question is what is humanistic education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Second last question of the session is principle of humanistic education. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 58% people are right here. Last and final question of the session is who developed humanistic education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition and top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and Google Street of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and Google Street of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed the levels of learning cause like never speaking us. Be happiest to say. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you live a happy life, that you will not be full of things all but understand. Before I say hit the unlike button, I want to thank all our GP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.